President Muhammadu Buhari is back after he rested for 2 weeks. So am I, although I didn't have to go to London to do this. Dear esteemed listeners of Premium Times Weekly Podcast, welcome to another edition. I am Titilope Fadare. The president returned after he had left for 2 weeks to mark the register on his foreign doctor's medical roster. Hope Baba is fully fit now because the country has not changed from how he left it. Baba, we are still where you left us. Save the resident doctors whose services you've refused to seek for your medical needs that have suspended their strike in the interim. More workers have gone on strike than the country can defend. Together with judiciary workers, parliamentary staff, Federal Capital Territory workers, polytechnics and monotechnics lecturers, health workers at NAFDAC have all been engaged in a standoff with the federal government. Nigeria grapples with double-digit inflation and galloping food prices, meaning not many households can afford basic necessities of life. This is in the midst of a tight labor market not helped by mounting insecurity. Baba, while you were away, there were renewed spate of attacks launched against security facilities across the country, particularly in the southeast. There have also been face-offs between security operatives and criminals in different parts of the country. For instance, in Benue State, our defense against these challenges is weak and our center cannot hold. Where in all of these are you, Buhari? You probably remember the fight between whose jollof is better, Ghana's or Nigeria's. Well, that matter has still not been settled. This one is about why Twitter decided to situate its first African office in Ghana and not Nigeria. So Nigerians huffed and puffed and said Nigeria was in a toxic relationship with its people and Jack doesn't want to enter an abusive environment. Others said, no, keep quiet. All big tech companies cannot be in Nigeria. After all, we have Facebook and Google here that are even bigger brands. PDP said it's because of Buhari's Mesro. APC came for PDP on the same Twitter like Conductor and Aguero arguing over money on Lagos Road. Like Mohammed in his straight greenish cap, which many often say is the crown of propaganda, whatever that meant, said, the media is to be blamed for the bad press they give the country, especially during last year's EndSARS protest. Okay. Senator Rochas Okorocha, whom EFCC detained for about 2 nights this week, less than a month after the police also arrested him for unsealing a hotel owned by his wife that was shot by the Imo State government. The former Imo State governor, now at the Senate, which is, the retirement headquarters for ex-governors like himself, was intercepted after he declined to turn himself after being repeatedly invited for questioning. It is believed that EFCC is on his trail in connection with multiple corruption allegations against him during his 8-year reign as governor. We wait and see. Corruption charges against ex-governors are commonplace in this climate anyways. Meanwhile, in Bauchi, the state government have said they will be conducting a head count for commercial sex workers so they can have accurate data on them, so they can organize empowerment programs for them, as well as provide them with capital to start small-scale businesses. The government said they are doing so to discourage them from continuing with their dangerous trade because illiteracy, poverty, family squabbles, and maltreatment are the major drivers of joining sex work. When will the state government do the same for the Almajiri children in the state, the out-of-school children, the over 60% living less than 377 naira daily in the state? Moving on, the management of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, has announced plans to reinstate the institution's student union after years of ban. The university management said COVID-19 lockdown and the activities of some groups of students have on 2 occasions truncated the planned reinstatement date for the students' leadership body. It is now determined to bring the union back. Hopefully, the management of universities like University of Ibadan and University of Lagos will take a cue from these and not see every problem with the student community as needing a hammer. But it is one thing to be in a learning environment and it's another to learn. I'm not sure which Nigeria's universities management rates better anyways. Thanks to Yusuf Akinpelu for joining me on this episode. See you next week, dear listeners. I am Titi Lokwe Fadari.